Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Arizona Cardinals versus Washington Redskins Week 15 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And since it's a weekly collection, there's always going to be some variation between various variables. However, there's always going to be little nuggets of truth that could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you're new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So starting out with this matchup between the Cardinals and the Redskins. When you look at the NFL stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data essentially is the basics. It's giving you a macro view on how the offense, the defense, and the special teams of both these teams are doing. And when you look at this particular area, the Redskins are slightly favored in this game. So let's get into some reasons why. First off, the Redskins are pretty heavily favored, well, not heavily, but slightly favored because of their offense. The Redskins have the better turnover percentage compared to the Cardinals, better sack percentage, and especially better offensive score percentage. So the Redskins essentially are just better at putting points on the board on a per drive basis compared to what the Cardinals have been able to do. Now, the Cardinals do have some areas where they are better. The Cardinals have the better defensive offensive score percentage, meaning that the Cardinals prevent points more often. But the Redskins have the better turnover ratio, the better sack percentage, and the better interception percentage. So the Cardinals are able to kind of prevent more points, but they're not exactly able to make the sexier plays happen like the sacks, like the interceptions. So that's kind of, that's kind of how that kind of setup is in terms of the balance there. And then when you get to special teams data, the Cardinals have the better punt return yardage. The Redskins have the better defensive, not defensive, but kick return yardage. Defensive punt return yardage favors the Cardinals. Defensive kick return yardage favors the Redskins. Field goal percentage favors the Redskins. Extra point percentage favors the Redskins. And then punting average favors the Cardinals. But the most important statistic when it comes to special teams, as I tell you guys each and every week, is field goal percentage, which the Redskins have a huge amount in. Very big disparity between the field goal percentage of the Cardinals and the Redskins. So ultimately, the Redskins do have the better special teams because of that field goal percentage, because it's so important. It's one of the more predictive data points when it comes to special teams in terms of winning football games. So for the most part, again, the Redskins have the better offense, the Redskins have the better special teams, and the Cardinals have the better defense. This is not an extremely clear-cut situation here, though. So just to kind of keep you familiar with that. However, as I try to keep in mind every single week, as I try to tell you guys every week, offensive-minded teams typically are better. So always have that in the back of your mind when you're thinking about projection and anything else like that. Is typically the offense that's better, the team that has the better offense is going to win that game usually. And that's why I from a macro standpoint also, it just really does look like a Redskins victory. Now, when we get to some other sort of data points, so now we're getting into some down and distance data. So like more micro matchups, sort of data points. And when you look at the Cardinals offense versus the Redskins defense when it comes to completion percentage, it's pretty clear that the Redskins will have some success on first, second, and third down. The Redskins do have a better defense in terms of preventing completions, and the Cardinals have not exactly been that amazing when it comes to forcing, basically making high completion. So definitely an area where I think there is that kind of success part there. And then, of course, when you get to the Redskins offense versus the Cardinals defense, the Redskins are favored on first and third down, where it's a little bit more wishy-washy on second down. But despite that, it is clear to see that the Redskins, again, they have the better defense when it comes to completion percentage, and they have the better offense when it comes to completion percentage. So two pretty good signs of success going forward. And then, of course, you get to rushing downs with the first down conversion rate with the run. Again, first down conversion rate with rushing has nothing to do with yardage or explosive plays. It has everything to do with just the ability to create first downs with the run and these various downs and distances, whatever that rate is. And in this particular area, the Cardinals are actually favored on first and third down. And the only big disparity here for the Redskins rushing defense is second down. The Redskins defense has been able to perform pretty well on second down, but not so well on first and third down, which is why the Cardinals are favored in this particular area because of those downs and distances. And then, of course, we get to the rushing offense of the Redskins versus the rushing defense of the Cardinals. In this particular area, the Cardinals are favored on first, second, and third down. So the Cardinals defense might show up in this game, as they usually do, but they're definitely kind of that part of the Cardinals team that does all the heavy lifting when it comes to winning. Then, of course, we get to the Cardinals offense versus the Redskins defense when it comes to passing downs. And in this particular area, the Redskins are favored on second and third down. So again, another big area where there should be a lot of success for the Redskins defense. And then we get to the Redskins offense versus the Cardinals defense in terms of passing downs, and the Redskins are favored on first and second down. It is a little close between the two. When you look at first and second, it's not a huge disparity for the Redskins, but it's a big enough disparity nonetheless to consider this to be pretty successful for them in these areas. And then, of course, we get to sack rates between the Cardinals offense and the Redskins defense. In this particular area, the Redskins defense is favored on first, second, and third down. And as you can clearly see, the Cardinals are just not that great in terms of preventing sacks. So I do believe that there will be some sacks in this game forced by the Redskins just because of these issues here. And then, of course, you get to the Redskins offense versus the Cardinals defense, where the Redskins are favored on first and third down. But the big area to watch is second down. The majority of the sacks that the Redskins have given up have come on second down, and the majority of the sacks that the Cardinals have forced have come on second down as well. So that is the major down and distance to pay attention to. Then we get to interception ratio between the Cardinals offense and the Redskins defense, where the Redskins defense is favored on first, second, and third down. So all those downs and distances, the Redskins are favored in terms of interceptions, and is also why I think that there might be some picks here and there that favor them. And then finally, we get to the Redskins offense versus the Cardinals defense, where the Cardinals actually favored here on first and second down. So there is a chance, potential, that the Redskins might throw some picks as well that could turn the tide in the game too. So overall impressions of this game, I think it's a Redskins victory. It definitely is a fairly close game. I will give it that. When you look at the macro data in particular, there's a lot of areas where there just seems to be a lot of things that could break for the Cardinals in this game. However, I think when you look at the micro data, things become a little bit more clear about who has the bigger advantage. When it comes to completion percentage, when it comes to converting and various downs and distances. There's a lot of things that just point towards a Redskins victory, and a lot of negatives that the Cardinals have that really don't point towards them winning this game. So this is definitely a game that could go either way. I mean, that definitely is the case. But I do believe that when you look at all the data and you look at the micro data in particular, you can see all the areas where it's probably more likely to be a Redskins victory. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you believe is going to win this football game? And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. Hit that notification button to let you know whenever a new video is about to drop. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.